Hello everyone, welcome to English Grammar Tips. I'm your teacher Felipe, and today we're going to be talking about pronouns. So, in English, there are basically three types of pronouns, okay? For example, here, I go to my house with you. Technically, my is not a pronoun. But for the sake of understanding and for all the similarities between possessives and pronouns, I'll put them all together here so we can analyze. All right, so I, my, and you, they are pronouns. Okay, my is not a pronoun, and you have basically three types. So in this table, we can see the subject pronouns. The subjects are always before verbs. They are always conjugating verbs. For example, I study, you study, he or she studies, we study. All right. The possessives are before nouns, before things, before objects. For example, my car, your car, his house, her apartment. Okay? And the object pronouns are usually in the end of the phrase, of the sentence. Usually after prepositions, pretty much all the time after prepositions and verbs, okay? But it's very common to see them in the end of the sentence. That's why I arrange them in this order. So you have, this is common, all right? This is a common construction. It's not a rule. It's not always like that. But usually you see the subjects in the beginning of the sentence, the possessives in the middle, and the objects in the end. Again, this is not 100% accurate. This is just for you to have an idea how it works. Let's take a look at other examples. For example, here, do you want to go to my house with me? So you is the subject, my house, possessive, and with me is the object, is the complement. You see it's in the end. Another one, he takes his children with him. So he is the subject, his is the possessive, and with him is the complement, is the object. All right? Again, in the end. She brought her books for us. Now, she is the subject, her book is the possessive, and for us in the end after preposition. Okay? We are talking to our teacher about them. So we are, I made a mistake here. I highlight are instead of we, okay? So technically we should be highlight, all right? So we is the subject, our teacher is the possessive, and about them, again after a preposition in the end of the sentence, okay? Another example here is he loves her. Now it's after a verb, it's also common. So he is the subject and who he loves her. Now, very interesting because especially for Brazilian students, for Portuguese speakers, there isn't much of a difference between the subject and the object. In Portuguese, they are the same, they translate the same. So it's very often to see Brazilian students saying, he loves she. And that's a mistake because she is a subject, okay? So used to conjugate verbs, not as a complement. So if you want to use a person in the complement of the sentence, not the subject, in the complement, which is usually in the end, you don't use the subject pronoun, you use the object pronouns, okay? So now guys, it's your turn. I hope with all this explanation you are able to distinguish these three types, okay? If necessary, go back to the first slide and take a look at the table with all the pronouns. Remember, possessive is not a pronoun. And you can do the exercise, okay? So pause this video if necessary. Go back to the first slide and we'll correct those in the next slide. So 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, good. Did you do it? That's correct. So she goes to the movies with us. Okay, so us is the complement, is in the end, is after a preposition. He helps his children with their homework. So in this phrase, we have two possessives. He helps his children, so the children belongs to him, and with their homework. So the homework belongs to the children, which is they, their homework. We study English here. Do you want to study with us? In the end, after prepositions. It starts at 8 a.m. Now, very interesting here because you have it and you also have it. I'm sorry. We have two it, yeah? But we were supposed to use the first one because we're following the first table. So this it is the subject. This it would be the complement. So even though they write the same, this is to show you you have the same writing, but they can mean different things, okay? And the same thing goes to the next example. Megan wrote a message about her. So here you have two hers. You have the second and the third. Now this is to show you that her can be a possessive. So you can say her car, her house before a noun. But you can also put it in the end as a complement or after prepositions. So she wrote a message about her, or he loves her. This her I'm using is not a possessive, it's a complement. Just to show you that they are written the same way, but they mean different things. Okay? All right? So now it's time to take some notes. Subject pronouns are used before verbs, okay, to conjugate them. I study, you study, he, she studies. Possessives are used before nouns, before objects, before things, before family members. My brother, your brother, his brother, okay? Object pronouns are used after prepositions and are after verbs. For example, I am looking at you. You are looking at me. I love you. You love me. All right? Very good. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you soon in the next one, and make it a great day. Bye.